fish on. Wow, that fish just hammered it. Really head shaking there. Wow. There we go. Not a bad fish, about a 20-incher. Welcome back to this week's report. Last call for walleye fishing in inland waters and on Mille Lacs Lake. You know, the key to getting out and catching some of these walleyes at this last weekend, you know, because we are at the last weekend in February, to get some of these fish. It's not fast and furious like it was a month ago. However, you can catch plenty of walleyes out here. You just got to get away from the crowds, be willing to drill holes, and be willing to adjust. Like this morning, we've got cloud cover. We quickly realized the fish were up on top and on the edge and active. However, when you get those high sunny days, make sure you're following the fish out into deep water and adjusting to their location. Let me get this off and get him back in the water. All right, it's always good to work as a team. You know, I was out drilling holes. I had Mike Zimmerman from Roach's Guide Service out checking my depths to make sure that I'm exactly on those contours. And then what we do is we'll just get our clients to kind of ice troll down that break line so they can key in on the right holes rather than wasting your time in unproductive water. A little hesitation. Come on. There he is. A little bit of a hesitation there. Oh, he's coming up. Feels like another slot. Yep. Oh, not too bad. Right in the corner of the mouth. Never give up on those fish. You know, if they come up and they hesitate and go back down, I like to give it a few good rips above them, you know, and fish that bait high. I know I've talked about it all season, but yet I still see people, they fish so close to the bottom. Keep it 2, 3, 4 feet off the bottom. That allows you to give it a few rips and gives you room to work. And if these fish come up to that bait and they come 4 feet off the bottom, 9 times out of 10, they're going to strike it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Man, came cruising up. You know, there are aggressive fish this time of year, but the biggest key is to tightening up your hole pattern. You know, we drill a lot of holes. However, this time of year, you really got to tighten up your holes because their strike zones are so much smaller. If you get that bait right above that fish, he's going to strike it. However, if you're 10, 12 feet, 15 feet off to the side, they may or may not even come in. You might not even mark that fish. So once you've located those fish, tighten up your holes a bit. I know it sounds a little bit, and it seems redundant to tighten up your holes and drill holes 5 feet apart at times, but it truly, truly does pay off. Not a bad slot there. That one came slow creeping and then drilled it. Not a bad fish. If I can get him up through the hole. Man, this late season, they're just nipping at it. So you almost hold your breath every time you get a fish on. Oh yeah, not a bad one. Not a bad fish at all. Late in the season like this, See, he was barely hooked there. Some of them are coming up and slamming it, and other fish like this just come up ever so slightly and then nip that bait. As I'm dropping my spoon down, I'll stop it way before it gets to my zoom. You know, I think a lot of people will let it go all the way to the bottom or just about to the bottom, whereas I'll slow mine down 10, 12, even 14 feet off the bottom. The water is so clear now, those fish can see that bait coming, and a lot of times you'll see that little bit of bottom flicker as that bait's coming down. If you're willing to drill holes, tighten up your holes in certain areas. Certainly it's not fast and furious during the day like it was a few weeks ago, but it is a little better than late February usually just because of the warm weather. And if you're willing to drill holes, move around. Once you've located those fish, tighten up your holes. You're going to catch lots of walleyes and catch that last call for the walleye season here. Jim got a nice fish there. Good luck this weekend. Last call for walleyes. Hope you guys take advantage of it. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to talk more about perch fishing. And now that the walleye season's closed, we're really going to key on those jumbo perch. So until next week, I'm Tony Roach, and we'll see you on the ice.